Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Whipping for me. That's what many fans believe Derrick James wants Terence Crawford to do, is to whip Errol Spence's butt. Because they say Derrick James is angry. He's frustrated. He's disappointed with Errol Spence, his little brother, nephew, almost best friend, son, or whatever adjective you want to use to try to describe the relationship between Errol Spence and Derrick James. Bottom line is Derrick James is about his money and ain't nothing funny. Now, for people out here who are saying, oh man, he's wrong, Derrick James, man, he shouldn't be feeling this way towards Errol Spence. Look, let's separate things, right? The emotion is you don't want to see Derrick James and Errol Spence quarreling, especially over money, right? Because that's one of those trainer and fighter relationships that we've grown to respect and admire. And I would have been honest with you, I would have never thought Derrick James and Errol Spence would be having problems, period, about anything. Actually, I thought the fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford would have brought Derrick James and Errol Spence closer. However, that's not what happened. So, I apologize. I took it to the stupid for making the wrong assumption. Because you just couldn't have told me there would have been trouble in paradise between Derrick James and Errol Spence. But now, the other side to the conversation is, right, how would you feel if you had somebody, you guys are working together, you guys are building this business, right? Because that's what Derrick James and Errol Spence are doing. They were building the business. Everybody has a role to play. But I understand that there was a contract in place, right? I get it. But then you look and see, okay, there's some things here that we didn't really know or understand that it's kind of generic when you look at the trainer will get 10% of the contracted fight purse, or whatever it says, right? I would think that Derrick James would get a percentage of whatever Errol Spence made for the fight. That includes pay-per-view, ticket sales, and other modes of revenue. I would think if it was 10% of whatever, it would be 10% of whatever that final number is. But that is not what's happening. But why wouldn't, and obviously this conversation's been going on, but why wouldn't, see, this is the shit that they need to fill the gap in here. Why wouldn't Errol Spence make and have that contract amended? Why wouldn't he say, you know what, the contract says this, I'm just going to pay you? Because without Derrick James, Errol Spence, he wouldn't have got to where he arrived. Derrick James has a lot to do with that. So I think Derrick James has every right to want Terence Crawford to whoop Errol Spence's ass. Can't blame him for feeling that way. But I think if Errol Spence goes ahead, man, and gives him his money, I think they'll be okay. But I do know it's hard when you have, say you're looking at the account and you see $100, right? And there's someone who, morally, you should probably give them. If someone gave me $5 to hold and I go buy a scratch-off ticket and I win $100 on the scratch-off ticket and then I go and give them back $5. Hey, you let me hold $5. It's my $5. I said, I give you back $5. I made $100 off of it. Here's your $5. Morally, I should probably give him $20. You know what I'm saying? Because he gave me $5, I made $100. I would have never made the $100 if he didn't loan me the $5. So here's $20. We're good. But if you go and just only give him back the $5, they're gonna look at you crazy. And that's kind of how I think this is, man. Derrick James looking at him crazy like, I let you hold $5 to go buy a scratch-off ticket. You won $100. And yeah, I know we just agreed for you to give me back my $5, but you know you gone out here and made all this money, man. Come on now, you can at least give me $10 and shit. Earl Spence should just give him something. But Errol Spence made so much money. Nobody really talking about this shit. Errol Spence made like $40-50 million. That's what Derrick James looking at. And for all of you out there saying, you're making up numbers and all that, okay. Where you get your information from? I'm telling you, Errol Spence made like $40-50 million. Crawford made like 30, something like that, a little bit more. They made dough. Y'all can say what you want. Nah, man, that's Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Now, listen to what I'm telling you. They made dough. And Derrick James is watching that, and he wants some of that. He wasn't, if these conversations were going on before, and he just was overlooking things, maybe he let it go on too far, and maybe Errol Spence should have, in my opinion, this is just what I would have done. Like I got a buddy who let me hold something, right? Never asked for it back. And whenever I out here making food and all kind of stuff, man, barbecuing and jerking and curry and shit and all that, I always take, because the person didn't want nothing back from me, nothing. I was like, no, I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? So I make sure, okay, this motherfucker don't want money, don't want this back, don't want me to buy him another one, don't want me to get this. So I make sure that I always take something over there. Look out, you know what I'm saying? And they appreciate it, because that's my way of saying, man, I appreciate it. I know you ain't asked for this, but here, you deserve that. And I think Errol Spence should have that in him. Like, yeah, I know the contract says this, you ain't asked for this, but hey, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for you. We're making way more money now. Here, you deserve some of this, because the way the contract's written, it doesn't address these other modes of revenue that are coming in. So yeah, let me give you something. I think if he would have done that, it would have been all right. But now he got it to where he's like, yeah, I think Errol Spence should fight Terence Crawford. That told me he wants Terence Crawford to whoop Errol Spence's ass, because Derrick James is pissed about how this whole thing about his money. We're talking millions, people. We're not talking about $5. Maybe talking about $5-10 million. He wants that. But that's a lot of money to break away with, man, just to come down and get somebody, here's $5 million, here's $10 million. That's a lot of goddamn money, boy, especially when it's in your account and you see it and you feeling good and you eating goddamn, ice cream sandwiches and chilling. That shit is a lot of money. But anyway, we'll see what ends up happening with these guys, but I think Derrick James wants Terence Crawford to whip Errol Spence's ass again. That's why he's pushing for the fight. And I don't know if he's going to train Errol Spence. I don't know what's going on over there. But for him to say Errol Spence should fight Terence Crawford next, that tells me that deep down he wants Errol Spence to get his ass whipped. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.